What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be doing a review on the Neewer F1.7 35mm APS-C full manual lens for the Sony E-mount series. Let's get it. Alright, so the first thing I want to say is that this is crooked, is that I was not paid for this review. I bought this lens on Amazon.com. I'll put a link down below. It will be an affiliate link. If you click on it and purchase it, it will help out my channel, help out what I'm trying to do. So go ahead and check it out down there. This lens has became one of my favorite lenses so far. I'm pretty new to the manual lens world. I've gotten pretty good results with it, especially for $80, and so far to me it is highly recommended. Being a 35mm lens on an APS-C size sensor with a 1.6 crop ratio makes it a 50mm lens, and that's a very flattering focal distance for portrait photography, portrait videography. It just brings out a lot of nice facial features, and then you add in the 1.7 aperture and you can throw the background way out of focus, get a nice bokeh on your photos and on your videos, and it's a really good portrait lens for the price. Now obviously it doesn't compete with things like a Zeiss or even some of the native Sony glasses, but you're also not going to get a Zeiss for under $100. The E-mount on it is a fully metal constructed ring, and so essentially when you go to put it into your camera, you line up this red dot here with the white dot on your camera, and you'll push it in and twist, and it'll lock right in, just like this. Line it up, push it in, and twist, and it locks in really well. There's no play or anything that I've noticed. The focus ring, as you rack from infinity, the lens is at its smallest size, and then you work your way to the 1 foot minimum focal distance, and the lens does get a little bit longer, only maybe a little over 1/4 inch, half an inch at the most, which could possibly be an issue if you're using it on a glide cam or a gimbal. The focal ring is the top ring here, and it will go from 1 foot minimum focal distance to infinity, just like any other manual lens. The aperture ring, being the bottom ring down here, is a declicked aperture ring, and it will go from 1.7 to 2, 2.8, 4, 8, and 22. The filter thread on this glass is a 49mm filter thread. 49mm filter thread, 1 foot minimal focal distance, Neewer multi-coated, 1.7 35mm. Overall, the build on this lens is incredibly good for the price. One complaint that I do have is when you're in a run and gun situation, and the way that you would hold this on a camera body, essentially like this, it's really easy to be trying to rack your focus and bump your aperture ring. I've noticed that several different times it's happened to me. It's not the biggest deal at all, especially not if you're paying attention while you're shooting. Hopefully you enjoyed this review on the Neewer 35mm F1.7 full manual E-mount APS-C sensor sized lens. If you did, leave a comment, like, and subscribe down below. And it is worth saying that all B-roll that you saw in this video that was obviously not of the lens itself was shot on this lens. All photos in this video were shot on this lens. So everything that you see is what you get. And I was using a Sony A6000 edited in post with Premiere Pro. Alright, thanks so much.
I love you.